and it's called tree deer. Actually, they're quite lasting. The only problem is a bit of sap in between the foliage and the stems. Now, I'd like to explain also why Josephine is cutting the material in water, especially for the fresh one. This is to prolong the life of the flower. Now, it's not easy actually doing a demonstration from behind because she has to imagine what's in front of her. So not everybody can do instantly that way. You have to have years of practice. So as the vase is a designer vase, she try not to cover up every one of the hole, but try to show the beautiful handmade pottery. Now, sometimes you will ask, how do we create ikebana or arrangement? Sometimes we might consider the container, consider environment, consider the topic. So also Metro Props, they are doing recycle things. So we recycle dry materials by bleaching them and using them as a dry material. And sometimes it's a good way because you don't need to spend a lot of money on buying flowers, but we have accessories of dried materials or even recycle container. Sometimes you use like a tin can to make arrangement to distress. So rather than going to the doctor to have a lot of medicine, let the flower heal you. Seriously. Flowers heal the soul. Now this is a kind of fern. The green leaf in front is called pittery leaf. So can you imagine after she does this arrangement and it can be recycled again and
natin itong white rabbit ice cream. Ayan. So, white rabbit. White rabbit. May noga.
by the late master.
No. Later my mom call me. I can keep my ice cream first. No. Later she call me. Lasang ano siya, yung rabbit na ice cream candy siya. Bakula. Pero masarap na makula.
Trust me, I hope that with our presentation today, you'll be inspired and you want to even go back and Google what is Ikebana, what is Sugesu school.
Mahigit
Always
100 guys.
people that there's so much of
Mga 100
doing so many
15
things, but
pesos.
doing relaxing flower arrangement is good for you. This flower is from Holland. It's called STD. Sometimes it comes in pink. This is pink, white they have, and a maroon.
Habang araw mo po nanonood ng Ikebana, ayan,
It's a very
flower
delicate flower.
arrangement.
I think in Ikebana, color combination is very important. It sets a mood of whether it's cheerful, whether it's a sober. So already there's lots of foliages. Josephine has cut away the STD leaves just to have a focus.
Kain tayo ng ice cream. Abang busy
I
sila.
think some of you will ask, how many stalks in one arrangement sometimes? It's not fixed. It depends on the arrangement, it depends on the ikebana artist. Sometimes it can be just one,
Sarap.
and one can speak a lot
Made
because the
in
one
gatas.
can be a curve, and you can feel the zenness
May
of the
nougat din na
arrangement.
flavor.
This is steel grass, and it lasts a long time also. So there's a rubber band below to hold it up. The steel grass is just to give a lightness to the arrangement. Thank you, Josephine. Overs.
Tapos
But the
yung
impact
dalawang
you see
ano.
now that she's putting it has more impact than all over the place. It gives strength and volume. And even though it's group, but the group is at a different level, which makes it very interesting. Thank you, Josephine. This is a Nageri tall vase. Now it seems like it's magic, or it's so easy, but trust me, Josephine has put in a lot of effort going to the wholesalers and see what flower is good for which vase, what design to do. So it's not overnight and you can do such thing, trust me. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of creativity. Now this is a bleach palm. And a low vase with a very interesting mouth. The vase reminds me of the Pac-Man, the mouth. Now she wants to show you the difference between fresh and dry. So she has a fresh one, a green one behind, and a bleach one in front. She has such a beautiful flowers on a tray. Now this is a garlic flower, or you call it allium. Sometimes when they import from overseas, the packing is all flat. So Josephine has turned it upside down, and you roll it a bit so that you get the original shape back. This is a family of the garlic flower, and if the water for some time, you will smell the garlic. I think it's a very interesting, refreshing tones of, from the start, the white and the green. The white of the top part of the garlic flower and the stem of the green really coordinates with the fresh palm leaf behind. I would say it's easy to have many things to cover up your mistake, but when you have less things, then the mistake that you make will be clearly seen. So you cannot afford to make mistake when you have minimal flowers. It has to be precise. I want to say something about the straight lines. The straight line is not all straight standing up like a soldier, but the front one is tilted in front to give more dimension. If everything is straight up like a soldier, it's very, very stiff. And it's also not good for balancing. When I first started doing flower arrangement, the flowers are all straight and all coming forward. At the end of my arrangement, it collapsed because it's top heavy. So you need balance behind as well. So in Ikebana, as a beginner, we learn from mistake and we improve from there. Now this is a hydrangea, ajisai in Japanese. The ajisai has different colors due to the acidity of the soil. So sometimes you want to change the color, you put a rusty metal in the soil, then the color of the hydrangea will change. And the best thing to keep it alive, as you want it to last longer, is to shave the skin at the bottom of the hydrangea and dip it in alum powder. Alum powder is a kind of powder they use for cooking. It helps to make the food crispy, as well as I heard